All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Some notes for everybody. All tournament team. Co-most outstanding players were Will Yoakum and RJ Sunohara from Nova, Dallas Graziani from Nova Southeastern, Bryce Butler from West Liberty on the all tournament team, and Joel Scott from Black Hills. Other notes from the game. The first half combined 103 points were the most ever in a half in the championship game of Division II. For West Liberty, most points scored in a title game by a losing team, and most made 3-point goals in the championship game. Joining us from West Liberty is head coach Ben Howlett, Bryce Butler, and Christian Montague. What we'll do is we'll have coach make a few opening comments. We'll have our student athletes stick around for a few minutes. Then after that, we'll release the student athletes, and then we'll keep coach here. We do have some attendees via Zoom. If you'd like to ask questions, once again, we'll start with the student athletes. Then we'll keep coach here. Just raise your hand and I will acknowledge you and open your mic up. Coach, talk a little bit about the game today.
First off, I want to congratulate Coach Crutchfield, Nova Southeastern, obviously the national champions, and really happy for him. Played for him, worked for him, and he deserves this national title. A little bit about these guys, like obviously I'm super disappointed we lost the game. But these guys, they're good people. That's what's important to me, is they're really good people. They're polite. They know how to act. They're great with young kids. They're just the total package. Obviously, I'm upset we lost the game, but the overall big picture, I'm really proud of our team. They have nothing to be ashamed of. This year was fantastic. Obviously, I would have liked to have been the national champion. As a team, I would like these guys have been national champions. It didn't happen this year. And the one thing I'll say is, and I said this last year when we lost in round one of the NCAA tournament, we'll be back. We'll be back here. This is something that this is going to ignite me. I hope it ignites our players. We want to work even harder and take 2 weeks off, and then we'll get back to work preparation for next year.
Thank you, Coach. Once again, we'll start with questions for our student athletes. If you're joining us via Zoom, just raise your hand if you'd like to ask our student athletes a question. And we're going to help with passing the mic around. Once again, name and affiliation, and we'll go ahead and we'll start in the back.
Jack, Bryce, for you guys, as Ben said, last year, as I said, the first round, trying things around this year, making it to this point. I know, some style feelings not coming out top, but what does it say really this 4 months for this group and this sport? We go from last year's defeat in the first round to the national championship.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show how well the team that we kind of stuck together, even because multiple shots. I'm really proud of these guys. Never quit. That's the big thing. In the day, I mean, the biggest fast game of the year, it's just a game. I love these guys, I love these coaches. Probably most fun I've ever had that basketball.
And with a couple like the fouls and fouls, is that kind of just a product of you and your team and Rover just playing so fast or in fast paced?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it probably 50-50, but at the end of the day, it's visual decisions.
Do we have any other questions for our student athletes? Gentlemen, real quick, we'll ask you this, but before we let you go, talk a little bit about what your message is. I mean, obviously, you guys are juniors, going to be returning, but, a lot of great things that you guys are taking from this year. What's going to be the message in the off season to, keep everybody motivated to get right back to this spot next year.
Just remember how this feels, and that's the biggest thing. This, you can, a lot for this. I just think, listen, I down, realize what's the special thing we have here with this team, and that's the biggest thing.
Christian? Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a terrific run for you guys. Great seeing you play this week. We'll go ahead and release you to your locker room. We'll keep Coach Howlett here. Okay, we'll open it up questions now for Coach Van Howlett. Go ahead, Ashley.
Obviously what you guys wanted, but your team has grown throughout the season and made history in itself. What's the thing you're the most proud of?
Like I said before, who they are as people. I thought today's game, I'm gonna start talking about today's game now. I thought today's game, we did some things uncharacteristic for us early in the game. Got off to a really bad start, and I think the pace of the game picked up, and that's actually when we started playing better. Got some clean looks and knocked them down in the first half, and I thought the three by Will right before halftime was huge. We cut it to 4. We kept fighting, cut it to 4, and then they had the possession. The last possession had. He drills a 3, and we actually went zone that possession. Drilled a 3, and that was when we came back out. We just had a really tough time getting stops. On top of that, I thought we were scoring a pretty high level as well. Just couldn't get stops when we needed to. And RJ found out there. I don't know that time. When we made it in the game, we were down 10, 12 points there. I think we cut it to 5 at one point. We're made for comebacks. We never quit. Just made some really stupid plays throughout the game, plays that typically don't make. That's frustrating, but again, lost the national championship game. A lot of teams would kill it to be here. So I'm happy that we're not here. Not happy that we lost.
We'll go real quick to John Santa, from Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. John, your microphone is now open. Go ahead.
Hey Ben, congratulations on the season. How frustrating was the foul trouble? It seemed like it might have been some composure issues, or what did you see in that regard?
Yeah, I think there was some composure issues. And, I don't know. I didn't obviously see the replays of some of those, so obviously I can't comment on that. But those were really detrimental to our team. We were fighting. We gave 2, 3 goes in the ball. So those were detrimental to our team. And we made a lot of uncharacteristic plays in the second half. But we never quit. That's one thing that I give my best credit for. We quit and played the ones.
Go ahead and back.
So, Ben, being ejected earlier in the game, just talk about the adjustments that they made because of that, and how we kind of responded with starting guys, which should not be able to continue.
Yeah, actually, when Sarson was ejected, we actually let him get a small ball. We put Bryce at the vertical 5 and surrounding 4 guards. Might have hurt us a little bit defensively, and obviously we got wise, but they fought. And they just didn't make enough plays to get a win.
We'll go back to John Santa. And John, I apologize. John's with the Pittsburgh Union Progress. John, your mic's open. Go ahead.
Thank you. What can you say about Bryce? I mean, to come back from that injury and to do what he did today, 32 points. I mean, what can you say about that performance?
I don't know what else to say about it. I know he's really good. It doesn't surprise me that he had this type of performance. He's a really good basketball player. We kind of leaned on him throughout the entire game. When we needed to score, we put the ball in his hands, he was able to do that, but I thought he really balanced. Ultra proud of him. I know he's very upset right now. He takes his part of it. It's like he said, well, I mean.
Any other questions for Coach? Go ahead.
There's before that you never had anyone who has gotten this far that's on the roster. Now you're gonna have several guys returning next year who have felt this and have had the experience playing at this level. Do you think that's gonna benefit you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think the experience will help, the offseason, I think. And we brought in 7 new players this past year. Had 7 returns, so there was a lot of, learning curve that was there, obviously. We're bringing in some good players who will reload and be with you next year.
And my last one for you, after the game at IUP regional final, we commended the fans for traveling an hour and a half to Indiana for that game. Seemed like there were almost as many people here, almost 7 hours away from home. So, what do you have to say about Top Nation and how they supported this group on?
Yeah, they're awesome. The amount of phone calls and texts that I got from people I hadn't spoken to in a very long time, just, people that I went to college with, or people back home, just saying how they're coming in as well, they're doing the trip, and saw a lot of former teammates here that I played with. That means a lot to me personally. Just the energy that they brought, and some people, some of our fans were here all week. I thought that was great. I've seen them around the restaurants. It certainly doesn't go unnoticed. And super appreciative of them.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so very much. We appreciate the time you've given us this week.